37. Cornelius is doubting. Upon this my word, everyone immediately carries out my instructions, but many quite reluctantly, since they would have liked observing the miracle from close by. But no one dares to make any comment. We walk to our tables and sit down and reach for the fishes, which were this time tastily prepared, and we eat with a joyful mood. This time, especially my Jara is in a good mood and says, "I really don't know why it is that I'm in such a good mood today. But I also have noticed something else, and this is that not all the others are in such a good mood like I am. I am a girl and should have been tormented by curiosity more than others, but here it is just the opposite. The men are all the time peeping to make sure if the 9 have already awakened, but I have not peeped once. Nevertheless, I already have seen them walking away, one after the other one. But the men and lords and kings still keep looking and ask themselves in their souls if they really became alive again. Oh, already, a little half-hour ago. Immediately after arriving at the tables, the 9 started stirring, and one after the other rose from the ground, rubbed the sleep out of their eyes, and left. I observed this very easily through the trees which partially covers the view from here to that particular place. Since I'm small, I could easily look underneath the branches. But you are big, and the branches blocked your view to see the miracle of the power of the divine will. But now it is already too late. Even if you went there, you would find nothing than perhaps the place where the 9 were lying. Also those which the Lord already yesterday, shortly after the storm has awakened, left with the 9 for home. Said Cornelius, "But you have very good eyes and notices everything. If everything is done, then everything is in any way fine and good, and we don't need anything else than the assured success of that, what the Lord arranges and wants. Since only one single failure would cause some doubts among the hardline believers. Did you really saw the 9 getting up and walking away?" Says Jara, a little excited, "Now then, I hope not one is contemplating a liar in me. As long as I live and can think, never ever did a lie come over my lips. And at the side of my Lord, my God and most true Master, should I bring forth a lie, to satisfy thereby your curiosity? Oh, then you, elevated Lord, do not in the least know Jara. See, in the still so bright mind also resides the lie. Since you can have explained something to someone out of your mind, as it made sense to you, but your made sense to you was utterly wrong, and thus have completely lied with your explanation, because you have misled yourself and your neighbour. But the true and pure love never lies and cannot lie, since it honours its neighbour, and as also a child of God, more than itself and God above all. But I am full of love for God, and therefore also for my neighbour. And you think I'm able to provide you with wrong information? Elevated Cornelius, this imposition coming from you was not well behaved. Said Cornelius, But, most lovely Jara, never ever did I meant it in such a way. I asked you in this way because it is a completely normal way of asking. However, not in the remotest sense did I think that you could have told me something which is untrue. Ask the Lord himself, who surely knows what goes on in my soul, if I intended to accuse you, most guileless and loveliest girl, of a lie. The 9 have been awakened by the will of the Lord, and have also already departed according to the will of the Lord, and the whole matter is thereby concluded. But I gave you the somewhat ungainly question as a pure habit, and actually did not thought anything of it. Will you be cross with me about that? Said Jara, Oh, not at all. But in future you must think about your questions more carefully. But now let's talk about something else, since we have long enough talked about empty matters. Said Cornelius and Cyrenius, Yes, you are absolutely right. Every minute which we spend on idle chatting is a great loss if the Lord is with us. Let us give to only the Lord the honour to determine and arrange something. I said, Let's leave it at that. We now have time for fishing and want to provide Marcus with ample stock. After midday, however, something else will come up. The old Marcus, who overheard me, instructed immediately his sons to prepare the necessary vessels, because the fish in the large, fenced-off container in the lake was severely damaged during yesterday's storm.